You've hit that magic stage in life. Your money is in the bank or in investments and you're ready to retire. Now you're asking the question, what do I do? The money's there, the time is there, but you're trying to figure out how to put structure into what is going to be the golden years of your life. Welcome to the Retirement Spy Studio, where we share experiences and a collaborative platform for those entering phase 2 of life and are ready to embrace this chapter with gusto and an attitude of carpe diem. You can find out more about us at www.theretirementspy.com or hello@theretirementspy.com. Email us at hello@theretirementspy.com. Today, we want to talk about what I would say are the 5 pillars of a successful retirement. Today, when we're thinking about retirement, these are things we've been looking forward to for decades. It is retirement. For some, it represents freedom. For others, uncertainty. But the truth is, a successful retirement doesn't just happen. It's built intentionally on a foundation of balance, purpose, and continued growth. Too often, retirement is framed as an ending, the end of work, the end of a routine, the end of productivity. But I want to challenge that idea. Retirement is not an ending. It's a transition into one of the most meaningful phases of life. It's an opportunity to redefine success on your own terms. To truly thrive in retirement, we must focus on 5 essential principles. Number 1, financial stability. Number 2, spirituality. Number 3, mental growth. Number 4, physical health. And number 5, social connection. Together, these 5 pillars create not just a secure retirement, but a fulfilling and joyful one as well. Let's begin with finance. Financial stability is the foundation upon which retirement is built. Without it, even the most well-intended plans can unravel. But finance in retirement is not just about how much money you have, it's how well you manage what you have. A successful retiree understands their needs versus their wants. They live within their means, maintain a clear budget, and prepare for the unexpected. They think of long-term, not just about today, but about years ahead, healthcare, inflation, and changing circumstances. They have good investment portfolios, but they're also budget conscious. But there's something equally important. Money should serve your life, not control it. Let me repeat that. Money should serve your life, not control it. Retirement is not about the time to live in. This is not a time to live in fear of spending. It's a time to use your resources wisely to create experiences, support loved ones, and enjoy the life you've worked so hard to build. I've watched too many couples and too many people hold back on the joy of retirement because they were afraid of running out of money or they want to leave something for the kids. However, a really good plan and budget can predefine what you want to do with your kids as far as an inheritance, and the rest is up for you to enjoy. Read a book called Die with Zero by Bill Perkins, a great book. And he outlines some interesting ideas about financial planning, one of which is predetermining what you want to give to your kids or whoever in retirement, and then spending the rest until you come up with zero. Financial peace comes not from excess, but from clarity, discipline, and purpose. Now let's go to pillar number 2, spirituality. Spirituality doesn't necessarily mean religion, though for many it certainly can. At its core, spirituality is about connection. Connections to something that's greater than yourself, connection to your values, and connection to meaning. What do I mean when I say inner spirituality? Which is helping you define your own values and what you want. This is your inner core of who you are at your base. That's truly the central part of how your life will run in retirement. It's your foundation by which everything else follows forward. In the busyness of our working years, many of us put this on the back burner. Retirement offers a rare gift, time to reflect, time to reconnect, and time to explore deeper questions like, why am I here? What truly matters? What legacy do I want to leave? Your external spirituality, as I would call it, is your relationship with a higher power. Whether that's God, you call it spirit, Allah, Buddha, or other terms, there's a different term for a lot of people to define a higher being. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, time in nature, or acts of service, nurturing your external spiritual life can bring peace, resilience, and a sense of fulfillment that material success alone cannot provide. It can also help you reconcile your ultimate demise and what that looks like to bring you some peace as you go on through retirement. Let's talk about the third principle, and that's mental growth. One of the biggest misconceptions about retirement is that learning stops. In reality, the opposite should be true. Retirement is the perfect time to become a lifelong student. It has never been easier to pick up learning new subjects. The internet has free resources on YouTube, and there are other platforms that are very low cost, including Udemy, Coursera, Coursera, and other online learning platforms. In the state of Georgia, where we live, the university system allows for those over 60 to go back to college for free. Mind you, you have to apply and get into these colleges, they're public colleges, under the university system, but once in, you can apply for many degrees and certifications. The only caveat is that undergrads get first priority, so if the course is full, you don't have priority and you have to wait in line. Many of the courses are online and some are in person, so you can go hang out with the kids and get another degree to keep your mind growing. Your brain thrives on challenging curiosity. Without stimulation, it can decline, but with engagement, it can continue to grow and adapt well into our years. This is the opportunity to explore interests you never had time for. Learn a new language, pick up a musical instrument, study history, art, or technology. Read widely, ask questions, stay curious, grow your mind. Mental growth is not just about knowledge. It's also about purpose. When you are learning, you are evolving. You're staying connected to the world. Your mind is staying sharp. You're reminding yourself that you are still capable and still relevant and still growing. And the sense of growing is deeply energizing. Now let's talk about the fourth pillar, health. It's often said that health is wealth, and nowhere is it more true than in retirement. You can have all the financial resources in the world, but without your health, your ability to enjoy life in the golden years is limited. Taking care of your body is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Regular movement, balanced nutrition, adequate sleep, and preventive care are the cornerstones of a healthy retirement. Let's talk about cardiovascular. Find activities you enjoy, walking, swimming, gardening, dancing, and make them part of your daily routine. If you're a marathon runner, you don't have to be a marathon runner, nor do you have to be the guy in the gym who's lifting the whole stack. Health should not feel like a chore. It should feel like a celebration of what your body can still do. Find a gym because this also brings in community and friends. Equally important in health is anaerobic, strength training. This isn't about bulking up to look good. This is about core strengths to do the day-to-day functions that will get harder as we grow older because we have muscle atrophy. That's right, we're losing muscle mass as we grow older. We want to be able to pick up those items and maybe catch ourselves if we stumble or pick up grandkids. Also, our bones are growing more brittle, and so a solid muscle mass around your bones help guard our bones from falls that can be detrimental to us. Also important, and listen to this please, is mental and emotional health. That's right, mental and emotional health. Retirement is one of the most stressful events in your life because it's a huge transition that is very difficult to do by yourself. You need to manage stress, stay mindful, seek help when needed. This is a strength, not a weakness, in taking care of your mental well-being. There's a dark comedy with Jack Nicholson called About Schmidt, which profiles the challenges of one who has not done this planning and approaches retirement in a haphazard fashion. Funny, but also dark with a telling story. Remember, retirement is not about slowing down completely. It's about sustaining your energy so that you can have a fully engaged life as you go into those golden years. And finally, the fifth principle, social connection. Harvard has done years and years of studies about what happiness is and the importance of happiness. And the key to happiness in these Harvard studies is really the connection and the friendships that you've had over the years. Humans are not meant to live in isolation. One of the greatest risks in retirement is loneliness. When work ends, many of the built-in social interactions disappear. Without intentional effort, isolation can quietly take hold and create depression and mental challenges. But the good news is this: connection can be created and nurtured at any stage of life. Think about it. For 40 hours a week you've spent with work colleagues. As you retire, they may not be. So when you want to go out and have lunch or something else, they may have deadlines and say, you know what, I can't join you. So guess what? They're still working and can't come out to play with you. Likewise, the other friends that you may have not retired either, so they're still at work. So who are you going to play with? These are important questions to ask. Start early to put together several different friend groups based around the interests outside of work that you have interest in before you retire. It could be a golf group. It could be a reading club. It could be a dinner club, volunteer organizations. Come up with many different places to be. Invest in your relationships. Spend time with your family. Reconnect with old friends. Make new ones. Join clubs. Volunteer. Participate in community activities. Find spaces where you feel a sense of belonging. Meaningful relationships provide joy, support, and a sense of identity. They remind you that you are part of something larger than yourself. And perhaps most importantly, connection is a two-way street. Don't just seek companionship, offer it. Be present, be a listener, support others. In giving connection, you often receive it in return. When you bring these 5 principles together, finance, spirituality, mental growth, health, and social connection, you create a retirement that's not just stable, but deeply fulfilling. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you are financially secure, spiritually grounded, mentally engaged, physically active, and socially connected. What better world is there? That is what successful retirement looks like. But let me leave you with a thought. Retirement is not something you arrive at. It's something you design. Much like building a house, come up with what that architectural plan for your social life and for your retirement life looks like. What rooms of the house, metaphorically speaking, do you want to spend time in? How much time will you spend in these various rooms? Hopefully there are multiple rooms: your church, your mahjong group, your gym, your clubs, your dining clubs. You get the point. It is shaped by the choices you make today, the habits you build, the mindset you carry into this next phase of life, or phase 2, as we called it, the retirement spy. So don't wait. Start now. Invest in your well-being, nurture your relationships, stay curious, take care of your health, align your life with your values. Because in the end, a successful retirement is not measured about how long you live, but how well you live. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please like us in the comments below, and always come to our Retirement Spy website for more information.